this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
With no fees or minimums on checking accounts, it's no wonder that Capital One Bank Guy is so passionate about banking with Capital One. If he were here, he wouldn't just tell you about no fees or minimums. He'd also tell you about how Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. Yep, even on weekends. It's pretty much all he talks about, in a good way. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bankguy. Capital One N.A., member FDIC.
All cat parents understand the feeling of being totally ignored by your cat and often thinking, does my cat even love me? There's only one solution to solve that, Sheba. Feed your cat Sheba and go from feeling ignored to truly adored in 12 days guaranteed or your money back. Sheba has a menu of products, appetizers, entrees, treats, and even a kittens menu. So Sheba has a product for even the pickiest eater, like Sheba Puree made with bone broth, a smooth and creamy texture that cats love, or Sheba Grilled, protein-rich formula made with real chicken and seafood. To learn more, check out Sheba.com.
Hey everybody, it's me, Josh, and for this week's SYSK Selects, I chose our episode, Why Can't We Find Amelia Earhart?, which first aired in December of 2010. Recently, a photo's been making the rounds that purports to show Amelia and her navigator, poor Fred Noonan, after they disappeared, which supposedly gives credence to the theory that the Japanese captured them. So I thought it was a good reason and a good time to revisit our episode on it. Hope you enjoy.
Welcome to Stuff You Should Know from HowStuffWorks.com.
Hey, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Josh Clark. There's Charles W. Chuck Bryant, Chuck Tran.
Jerry's in the other room with a golf putter that she's going to come in here and swing at us any second now.
Mm-hmm. Which makes this Stuff You Should Know.
I think we're on our last nerve today.
Yes. Well, it's Friday. It's the last Friday in October. It's like 3 o'clock, and we're going to get out of here after this.
Yeah, plus we've been gone all week, and then we just get carried in here by our minions on our thrones, and we were plopped down, and we just told Jerry to, like, make it so. And
yeah. Wasn't that standing ovation from everyone we work with just amazing?
It was
Didn't that
weird.
just touch you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of used to him by now.
Chuck.
Yes.
Do you ever get any Time Life books?
No. I've never gotten them, but
What?
I used to love those when I was a kid, the commercials.
Yeah, there are some cool ones.
The Old West ones.
Especially. I like the ones that were just kind of like out there, like what the heck is going on. Like I first heard of trepanation thanks to Time Life book.
Oh, really?
Ancient brain surgery.
From the What the Heck is Going On series?
Yes, exactly.
Very underrated.
There's one, the Wild West ones, huh?
Oh, yeah. He once killed a man just for snoring too loud.
Huh.
That had a big impact on me.
Yeah.
So I don't snore.
My dad liked the World War II ones.
Yeah.
Well, he liked anything
I could
with
see
World War
that.
II for a while. Now he's kind of out of it.
Really?
Yeah.
He's like, eh.
Kind of. Well, there is a book. It's still in print as far as I can tell. It's called it's Life, not Time Life, because I think Time went on with Warner and AOL.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, someone at Time Life or Time Warner said that their acquisition of AOL was one of the worst mistakes in the history of business recently.
Well, that's not nice.
No. But there is a life book called The Greatest Mysteries of All Time.
Oh, yeah. Those are great.
And it's like a top 50. And it's things like, was Anastasia alive? Princess Anastasia. Did she escape the Bolshevik Revolution?
Pompeii.
That's not really a mystery.
Oh, did they figure that one out?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm in Atlantis.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, they've got that one licked. We can go there, actually, if you'll pay for the plane tickets. There's Jack the Ripper, one of our faves. And among them, as she should be in all lists of the greatest unsolved mysteries, is Amelia Earhart.
Oh, yeah.
Right? In 2007, we saw the 70th anniversary of her disappearance.
Yeah.
She just kind of flew into history. And I wrote an article about it last summer. And I was really shocked to find that there's a lot of pieces in place that if one thing would change, we'd know for sure what happened to her.
Yeah.
But still, this mystery endures.
Yeah.
And it drives people crazy and makes them want to go, like people spend tons of money and time and effort to try to figure out what happened to her. And some people have come up with some theories that are interesting. One was that she was actually captured by the Japanese. This is right before World War II.
Right, prisoner
and they
of war.
were kind of adversarial. What they leave out is that the Japanese actually helped with her search.
Right. So that's not true.
But that is a theory that still is going on, that she was captured by the Japanese and either executed or forced into servitude to become Tokyo Rose, who was this group of English-speaking women who basically said, "G.I., your girlfriend back home is having sex with Captain America and Superman."
Right.
Yeah. It's true. They said things along those lines.
That's good.
Another one is that there was an alien abduction.
That's what I'm siding with.
Have you heard of Irene Craigmile-Bolam?
Yeah. So that was the, apparently there was one theory that Amelia Earhart just assumed the life of a New Jersey housewife by that name.
A successful banker who retired to become a New Jersey housewife. She was a very worldly woman. She had her pilot's license in the 30s. There was a lot of stuff that she actually had a mutual friend with Amelia Earhart. So they kind of ran in the same circles.
Yeah.
And not much is known of her life before World War II. She kind of appears out of nowhere, supposedly. So alleged this guy who was about to release a biography in 1970 saying, this lady is Amelia Earhart, and the woman sued and won $1.5 million, and the book was never published, I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the guy was relentless. After she died, he asked to be able to photograph and fingerprint her body.
Really?
And the family was like, no. But
So
he's taking it like, exactly. Why would you not let me do that? You know?
Because exhuming a body isn't a picnic.
I think it was before she was buried. He was trying to get his hands on her.
Well, still.
Yeah.
I have a theory, Josh.
I'd like to hear it, Chuck.
I have a theory that if you asked 1,000 people who Fred Noonan was, that 999 of them would have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, I had no idea who he was until I researched this.
Fred Noonan was in the plane in the Lockheed Electra as the navigator that went down on July 2nd, 1937, or supposedly went down.
You might not have seen him. There's a picture of him in Earhart, and he is the quintessential old-timey navigator.
Oh, yeah.
His button-down shirt is buttoned all the way up to his Adam's apple. He's got like some papers in this front shirt pocket, and
it's like
his
a pocket protector.
His pants are pulled up to just below his nipples.
Yeah.
And he just looks like he's like all business.
That's who I would have hired.
Definitely. And he was a good guy, apparently. There was before they went off on their equatorial trip around the world.
Yeah, explain to people, because some people might not even know the backstory. We assume everyone knows, but what they were trying to do was circumnavigate the globe.
Along the equator.
Which
is as long as you could possibly take to get around the globe.
Right. Obviously not all in one shot. They did this in installments. But they were definitely not doing it in installments of 400 or 500 miles at a pop.
No, and by this time we should also say this is 1937 when they undertook this trip. But by this time, Amelia Earhart was already like this worldwide, internationally famous figure.
Sure.
She was a well-known pacifist, which is pretty cool. She was a women's rights advocate.
Very cool.
Like women can do anything that guys can do, kind of thing.
Right.
She was a study in contrast, though. Apparently, like one of her friends had given her a 50-50 chance of surviving this trip, and she actually agreed with it.
Wow.
And she had said that she wasn't worried for herself because she maintained this what she called a feminine conceit that she was afraid of aging.
Right.
So she wasn't really worried about dying, but she was worried about Fred.
Oh,
because he was like this nice guy with the family.
Yeah.
And she was right to worry because on July 2nd, 1937, they disappeared off the face of the earth.
So what you're saying is she had guts of steel, nerves of steel.
She'd already been awarded the Flying Cross by Congress. She received the National Geographic Award from President Herbert Hoover. She was the first woman to cross the Atlantic. 10 years before, she'd broken an altitude record. She was the first woman to fly around the world.
Wow.
So all of this in about a 10 or 12 year career, she'd done all this stuff. So when she disappeared, the whole world knew.
Oh, yeah. It was big news.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about where she disappeared broadly because they still don't know for sure, which is one of the problems. She departed in her Lockheed Electra, which is, to me, one of the coolest looking planes ever built.
Yeah.
Shiny silver. Just really cool looking plane. And she departed Papua New Guinea.
Yes.
Papua New Guinea.
to probably escape a Curie outbreak.
Oh, really?
I don't know. That's the only place that is found.
Well, the departed lied to go
really?
for one of the longest stretches of this flight, and they were setting out for Howland Island, which was about 2,500 miles away from when they were going.
Right. So consider this, Chuck. They'd already flown most of the way around the world.
Yeah, they were about 7,000 miles short.
Yeah, and then this was the longest stretch.
Yeah.
And it was also, it was going to eat up a lot of that last 7,000 miles. It was 2,500 miles.
Yeah.
From Papua New Guinea to Howland Island. And Howland Island itself is pretty small.
Yeah, 1.5 miles by a half mile.
Yes.
Tiny little atoll.
And it only rose 20 feet out of the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
And basically these atolls out there in the Pacific are basically columns coming out of the ocean floor.
Uh-huh.
And that's it.
That's
so there's
crazy.
like no shelf on either side.
Yeah, it's like trying to land on a postage stamp, I would think.
Right. And it was very apparent to everybody, including Noonan and Earhart and the U.S. Coast Guard and government, that this is a very dangerous. This is probably the most dangerous leg of the journey. So they had a Coast Guard cutter, the Itasca, who was tasked with tracking them.
It was Itasca'd.
Right.
Yeah, and they also had 2 additional ships for markers to help her along.
Right.
So she wasn't just completely out there alone. They were trying to keep up with her because clearly everyone had a stake in her being successful.
Right.
And I say her and Fred. Poor Fred. He never gets any accolades.
No. No one even knows who he is.
No one knows who he is. So Fred was trying to use celestial navigation, but it was really overcast, so he couldn't do that. They fell out of radio contact, and at dawn, the Itasca picked up a transmission where she said that Noonan kind of figured that they should be just over where they were. She was
right,
like, look
right
up.
over the boat, which was right off of the shore of Howland Island.
Right, but apparently they didn't see her and the Lockheed Electra, and they
didn't hear. There was no trace of her.
Yeah, they had
They're
nothing.
pretty sure that they were way off.
And about an hour after that, they knew the fuel was running low, and about an hour after that, they got the final transmission from her, which basically just said, "We are running north to south."
And those were her last words that anyone ever heard.
Yeah. Very sad.
Hey everybody, we're here to talk to you about Wayfair, who believes that spaces should be functional, they should be comfortable, they should be well designed, and they can be well designed by you with their help.
Your updated space should feel more comfortable, inviting, and practical for everyday use. And we're talking about outdoor seating. We're talking about grills. We're talking about major appliances. If you need storage solutions, Wayfair can help you out. Patio lighting, rugs, decor. It is your one-stop shop for home.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting nice out, so it's time to think about living outdoors for the next few months. And Wayfair knows that outdoor furniture, it's heavy, it's intimidating to assemble. So Wayfair has stepped in and said, we're going to handle the hard part so you don't have to.
That's right. You can shop Wayfair Verified, your shortcut to the good stuff. And that means their team of product specialists are going to vet everything by hand using a 10-point inspection, testing things like, quality materials, functionality and features, and even how long it takes to build that piece of furniture. And the overall experience save time, reduce hassle, and improved convenience.
Patio season is here, and these deals won't last. So head to wayfair.com right now to get your outdoor space ready for way less. That's WAYFAIR.com.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
All cat parents understand the feeling of being ignored by your cat and often asking yourself, does my cat even love me? And there is only one solution to solve that, Sheba. Feed your cat Sheba and go from feeling ignored to truly adored in 12 days guaranteed or your money back. Sheba has a menu of products, appetizers, entrees, treats, and even a kitten's menu. So Sheba has a product for even the pickiest eater, like the Sheba Puree, which is made with bone broth. It's a protein-rich, lickable treat with chef-inspired flavors. It has a smooth and creamy texture that cats love. Plus, it supports a strong bond between pet parents and their cats with a hand-fed cat treat. It also contains no corn, wheat, soy, or artificial flavors. So instead of feeling ignored, you're suddenly the center of their world. It's basically a fast pass to favorite human status. Next time you're wondering if your cat loves you, grab Sheba Puree or explore their entire range of textures and flavors at your local retailer. To learn more, check out Sheba.com.
So about that time, the news got back that they never showed up to Howland Island.
Yeah.
And President Roosevelt, who is a friend of hers, he also was a great admirer of hers as well, ordered a massive search by the Navy. And remember, we said the Japanese helped as well. So it was a multinational search and rescue mission that covered 250,000 square miles.
Yeah.
That is a huge, huge area.
Yeah, Texas is a little less than 270,000, so it's just slightly less than the state of Texas.
Right, and it was open water that they're searching.
Yes.
Right?
You know, the old joke is, look at all that water, and the reply is, yeah, and that's just the top of it.
Right.
That's one of the problems.
Yeah, exactly.
You're scanning an area the size of Texas and what possibly lies beneath all that.
Right, and but you're hoping that if the thing broke up, you would find some wreckage, some sign of life,
something floating. Sure.
They found nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing that they could link to Earhart or Noonan. Like, they just disappeared. And actually, FDR took a lot of flack, we should say, because he spent $4 million in the middle of the Great Depression just to search for this one person. These two people. See, poor Fred Noonan.
Yeah.
But he always stood by that, as far as I know. Again, though, it was a fruitless search, and they turned up nothing. Right?
I think that'd be a great band name. I know I say that, but Poor Fred Noonan. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to remember that in case El Cheapo ever breaks up. After the Navy search, they basically discontinued their search and said, you know what, we can't find her and Fred, and we're going to send a destroyer out to Gardner Island. It was called Gardner Island back then, and now it's Nikumaroro.
Nikumaroro? Yeah.
And they did this because radio transmissions on her frequency were being broadcast in that area.
Which is pretty substantial, because this is an uninhabited area.
Yeah.
And this is still an unexplained aspect of this mystery.
Yeah.
There were sporadic bursts of radio transmissions. And no one still can say why.
They were from some guy named Fred Noonan, so they didn't pay any attention.
Right, exactly. They're like, who's that?
You seen Amelia Earhart?
I guess he's a swimmer.
So they basically sent a couple of dispatch planes to that island, found nothing, and said, all right, we're calling off this area. She's not out here. Neither is Fred.
No evidence of life.
Right.
And that would have been that. That was 1937, right?
Yeah.
And the planes went back to the destroyer or their aircraft carrier and left. And that probably would have been the end of the association between Gardner Island or Nikumaroro and Amelia Earhart, had it not been colonized by the British in 1938.
Yeah, had it not been for their penchant for colonization.
Yes.
Period.
If British imperialism didn't exist, these artifacts never would have turned up. But how they like to colonize things, they colonized this remote outpost. They actually gathered up some other islanders nearby and said, hey, you're going to live here now. And when these islanders went on the island, they found evidence that a castaway had been there recently. They found some pretty jarring stuff, right, Chuck?
Yeah, and I mean, most certainly a castaway, because they found a woman's shoe, a man's shoe,
right,
a liquor bottle,
and
a container for a sextant, which is one of those, you know what those are, the cool-looking navigational device that you hold up and it looks like something out of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen or something.
Which Fred Noonan had on the plane with them.
Oh, of course he did.
Yes.
You know Fred. And then they also found, certainly not the least of which, would be human skull and bones.
Yeah. Here's where this thing would be just done, probably, in my opinion.
And where they just say, this is them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They found one set of human remains. The islanders took this to the governor of the island. His name was Gerald. Oh, I can't remember his name.
Gerald Gallagher.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
They took it to Gerald Gallagher. Gallagher says, I suspect I know who this is. Let's get a physician looking at this. The physician examines it, and the bones are promptly lost forever. No one has any idea what happened to them. Luckily, this physician took pretty methodical notes and wrote descriptions and drew drawings of the bones. And so in the 90s, some forensic anthropologists got their hands on these notes, and they said pretty much unequivocally that these bones were the bones of a woman of Northern European ancestry.
Bingo.
Who was about 5'7", and Amelia Earhart was 5'8".
Well, there you have it.
Well, you would think.
They were off by an inch. It wasn't her.
Exactly. But in this day and age, you have to have DNA evidence to prove incontrovertibly, right?
Sure.
So the bones go missing. We can't get a DNA match, but consider that on an uninhabited island, right, where they think that Amelia Earhart might have gone down, the remains of a woman of Northern European ancestry who was pretty much the same height as Amelia Earhart were found a few years after her disappearance.
I say score.
I say score as well.
Game, set, match. But they also found some other cool stuff. In the area of the island was called Seven Sight, and that was the little encampment that they believe, was used by them.
Right.
And they found some other cool stuff like clamshell fragments that basically they were smashed open by somebody.
Right, and exposed to fire, which, unless they were struck by lightning, that's pretty much definitive evidence of human use.
Well, yeah, and they also found bones of fish and birds and turtles that had been exposed to fire.
Right.
So, in other words, somebody was cooking up something to eat.
Yeah.
What else did they found? They found
pieces of bottle that show signs of use as cutting and sawing tools.
Yeah.
They also found a little piece of a knife, which they managed. I don't know how they did this, because you sent me this link. There's a picture of just the knife blade, and they went back and managed to identify it as a type of jackknife that was produced within this time period by this company in Rhode Island. So it was produced from like 1930 to 1942 or something like that.
Score.
And then they went back this year. This group called the we should say their name.
Yeah.
The International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery, or TIGHAR.
Yeah, they've been, I think, 3 or 4 different times over the years to this island.
They went this summer. As I was writing this, they were preparing their expedition, and they found the rest of the knife. And this is where they hope to get DNA evidence from.
Well, yeah, and not the reason that the knife discovery is important, or the rest of the knife. They originally found the blades only, and then they found the knife this summer, and it showed that the knife blades had been forcibly removed from the knife, indicating that maybe that they took out each blade to maybe, and of course you're speculating, but maybe to attach it to an end of a spear or something like that for fishing.
For fishing? Anyone who's seen Castaway knows what that's all about.
I just saw that the other day again, by the way.
They also found Gardner Island, by the way, became uninhabited in 1963. There was a prolonged drought, and the British government were just like, just forget it. Everybody just leave. And the group TIGHAR, when they went to excavate around there, they found in this abandoned village folk art made of aluminum aircraft metal.
Right, which they can't definitively prove came from her plane, obviously. But come on.
There's a lot of circumstantial evidence.
Female castaway, handicrafts.
Right.
Or maybe Tom, he was the big crafty guy.
But there, I don't think Tom made it. I think Amelia Earhart made it. I think so? Tom was maybe killed on impact or drowned, and Amelia made it to the island and died there alone.
Quite possibly, and she may have even eaten him. No?
That's a new theory I think you launched.
I don't know.
That goes in with your disappearance of the Neanderthals.
That's right. They melted.
All cat parents understand the feeling of being ignored by your cat and often asking yourself, does my cat even love me? And there is only one solution to solve that: Sheba. Feed your cat Sheba and go from feeling ignored to truly adored in 12 days guaranteed, or your money back. Sheba has a menu of products, appetizers, entrees, treats, and even a kitten's menu. So Sheba has a product for even the pickiest eater, like the Sheba Puree, which is made with bone broth. It's a protein-rich, lickable treat with chef-inspired flavors. It has a smooth and creamy texture that cats love. Plus, it supports a strong bond between pet parents and their cats with a hand-fed cat treat. It also contains no corn, wheat, soy, or artificial flavors. So instead of feeling ignored, you're suddenly the center of their world. It's basically a fast pass to favorite human status. Next time you're wondering if your cat loves you, grab Sheba Puree or explore their entire range of textures and flavors at your local retailer. To learn more, check out Sheba.com.
Spectrum Business keeps businesses of all sizes connected seamlessly with fast, reliable internet, advanced Wi-Fi, phone, TV, and mobile services.
That's right. And Spectrum Business offers 100% U.S.-based customer support 24/7 to help you stay up and running. And they offer tailored connectivity solutions with packages built for your business budget.
Yeah, so it's no wonder millions of business owners rely on Spectrum Business to keep them connected. Visit spectrum.com/business to learn more. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
The reason we're talking about these objects that they've recently recovered, though, is because They are trying to get some DNA called touch DNA off of a few of these items. They submitted 10, I believe, out of 100.
It's one of the reasons why finding that knife was very important.
It's huge. Because I believe they submitted the blades, and then they found some glass from what looked like a cosmetics jar and a couple of buttons, and they submitted these things to a place in Canada. And I think as of today, I still don't think they have the results of that DNA testing done.
I didn't see that they had it done yet.
So
either.
guarded, but they wouldn't guard
It'd be
that.
such enormous news that we would have known.
That's what I think.
Chuck, there's a lot of people out there who also think that her plane survived intact and is at the bottom of the Pacific.
That's awesome.
And people still, and I think Tigar included, undertake sonar searches of the ocean bottom.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance that the plane did make it. They were flying supposedly at about 1,000 feet, which is extremely low.
Yeah.
And they were doing about 100 miles an hour, which is pretty slow for a plane, especially a Lockheed Electra.
So it conceivably didn't necessarily bust into a million pieces.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's possible it's still out there at the bottom of the ocean.
Well, I am totally sold, and I know I said like every single Jack the Ripper killer we brought up. I said, yeah, he sounds like the guy. But I'm completely convinced that this is where she spent her last days, like you.
And that she ate Fred Noonan?
I don't know about that.
Poor Fred.
Poor Fred. We should also mention, too, that they used a new, well, it's new to them at least, ground-penetrating radar, GPR, for the first time on this last trip this summer. And that is when you can actually look beneath the surface for anything that was buried, like Fred.
It's magic.
And they didn't find anything, though, not because there wasn't anything there necessarily, but there were lots of roots and air pockets underneath the thing. And I get the feeling that this looks, since you're looking for something buried, look for pockets of air. And so that it was completely inconclusive. They threw it in the ocean.
She may have also pulverized his bones to cover up her abomination.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
I wonder, I think this is what happened. I wonder how long they survived, though. I wonder if it was weeks or months or what.
Well, consider it. I mean, if her plane went down in 1937 and they started colonizing it in 1938, she lasted less than a year. But can you imagine if she just gave up and then a week later the British come to colonize Gardner Island?
Yeah.
I mean, how horrible would that be? So she made it less than a year if she made it to Gardner Island or Nikomororo.
What I'm surprised about, and maybe she tried to do this, and Fred tried to do this, I'm surprised she didn't leave something behind, instead of doing a handicraft, maybe try and scratch the name Amelia into the aluminum and bury that or something. Or maybe something is there and they just haven't found it yet.
Yeah, there's a tree that says Croatoan on it because she was a history buff. Yeah,
Amelia was here.
Well, that's it as it stands so far, huh? Do you think we'll ever do an update if they find her?
We always say we will.
And we never do.
And we never do.
So the answer to that question is no. If you want to learn more about Amelia Earhart and see a picture of how cute Fred Noonan is in his little old-timey aviator getup, you should type Earhart into the search bar at howstuffworks.com. That's Earhart. And that should bring it up, I would think. Unless we have articles on other Earharts.
I don't think so.
I guess it's time then for listener mail, right?
Yeah. I got one here. I asked for rehab experiences quite a while ago. And I've got one that I meant to read earlier, and here it is.
Okay.
And I'm going to jump around here. It's kind of long. This is from Scott, and in 2005, he had pretty much worked himself into a rehab hospital. He was working 3 different jobs, hit a wall, couldn't decide to walk this way or that way or even pick up a pencil, so he went to the ER. After a 15-minute interview with a psychiatrist, who he said was quite attractive, I'm not sure why he told me that, he said she left, and a guard came to stand outside the room, and she said, you're not just going to take a break. She said, you need to be checked in. And this is how I learned of the 72-hour hold, where a doctor decides you're at risk. So that's what happened to him initially. Next, I wound up in an ambulance for a trip to a psych lockdown ward called Station 22. It sounds like the beginning of a very bad movie, like a horror film.
Yeah, Station 22.
Exactly. They dropped me off behind 2 heavily locked doors, and the next thing you knew, I was relieved of my laces and belt. Now, I should say I was not suicidal. I was just really out of ideas.
I don't know what that means.
What, out of ideas?
Like he was indecisive. He couldn't.
No, I think he means he was
just burned out. Was he
Yeah.
having a nervous breakdown?
out of options, out of ideas. Yeah, it sounds like it. Spent 8 days in Station 22 and saw some interesting things, and here are a few. A meth addict was admitted. She looked like she should weigh about 110 to 120 pounds, but she weighed more like 80. She took one drink of orange juice, promptly dropped to the floor like a sack of bones. And this is what I learned what a code red was. The crash cart, the ER, and the whole parade.
Wow.
After leaving Station 22, I transferred to a place in the suburbs for a 28-day program. It was pretty cool. I met a very well-known author and many other fascinating people. Saw the girl sneaking out of the guy's room, the whole thing. Had to bear the AA rhymes and sayings, and I totally understand Sandra Bullock in 28 days now. The big news was the guy who wrote A Million Little Pieces was coming the next week because he had stayed there before when he was writing the book. And the Oprah people came on site to work out camera locations and blocking. And 2 days before they were to descend, the I Made It Up scandal occurred, so he never showed.
Wow.
Clearly. And here are just a few other little tips. People in rehab are insane about sweets. I think there's a definite link between sugar and addiction. Everyone seemed to want to hook up with something sweet. I have seen that heroin sickness looks worse than dying in a fire.
Wow. That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. And a surprising number of people were repeats. I'm talking like, yeah, this is my 7th time here. And I also saw a lot of people who snuck off for a drink and got kicked out. So Scott is doing much better now. He is back on track, living a great life.
Way to go, Scott.
And he says, I love what you guys do and how you do it. I now give to Kiva and Coed.
Awesome.
And pretty much pace the halls into your next episode.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Scott. I'm very glad you're feeling better. Right, Chuck?
As long as you're not pacing the halls of Station 22, buddy.
Keep in touch with us on Facebook and Twitter. Yeah?
Yeah, quickly can I say that if you have written listener mail, we don't answer all those anymore because there's just too many. Facebook is a great place to submit questions and get answers quicker or at all.
That's Facebook.com/stuff you should know.
But we still read the listener mails. We just don't answer them all.
Twitter is SYSK Podcast. We also have that Kiva team, kiva.org/team/stuff you should know. COED's website is coeduc.org. And you can always email us. Like Chuck said, we don't always respond. I do sometimes. Do you still?
Yeah.
Okay. Send us an email to let us know what you do, or what you think you would do, or what you should do when you run out of ideas. Wrap it up. Send it to us at stuffpodcast@howstuffworks.com.
For more on this and thousands of other topics, visit howstuffworks.com. To learn more about the podcast, click on the podcast icon in the upper right corner of our homepage. The How Stuff Works iPhone app has arrived. Download it today on iTunes.
You could be adored by everyone and still completely ignored by your cat. Trust me, I know. But if you feed your cat Sheba, you can go from being ignored to truly adored in 12 days, guaranteed, or your money back. Sheba has a full menu of products, appetizers, entrees, treats, even a kitten's menu. It's so cute. So Sheba has a product for even the pickiest eater. Like Sheba Puree, it's made with bone broth, their chef-inspired flavors. It's got a smooth and creamy texture that cats love and contains no corn, wheat, soy, or artificial flavors. It's food that your cat's gonna love. To learn more, check out Sheba.com. That's SHEBA.com.
Service opens doors, and at American Military University, it can open doors for the whole family. If you have a loved one who served in the military, you may qualify for reduced tuition. AMU offers flexible online programs designed to fit your schedule, so you can keep moving forward wherever life takes you. Learn more at amu.apus.edu/military. Open doors to the future for you and your family with the help of American Military University.
This is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.